So, Australian A-League final for the Australian A-League champion. In the Australian A-League, it's a they have a playoff for the champion, and the final Australian A-League for the Australian A-League champion is in a Melbourne derby. Melbourne City v Melbourne Victory, rather, and the two teams starting for this one. This match playing in Melbourne at the stadium/stadion AAMI Park, and the two teams starting for this one. The two teams starting for this one for Melbourne City in a Bildung order formation of Via Svi Dry Eins, order 4-2-3-1. Werter order keeper is Patrick Beach. Rector Verteidiger order right back is Nathaniel Atkinson. Linker Verteidiger order left back is Aziz Behich. Svi inner Verteidiger order two centre backs are German Ferreira und Kai Terwin. Svi central midfield Spieler order two central midfielders of Stephen Garkovic und Matthew Leckie. Rector Flugel oder right wing is Jonathan Cohen. Linker Flugel oder left wing is Marco Tilio. Offensive midfield Spieler oder attacking midfielder is Andreas Cohen. Stürmer oder forward is Max Caputo. So that's the team starting for Melbourne City. The team starting for Melbourne Victory in a Bildung order formation of Via Svi Dry Eins order 4-2-3-1. Werter order keeper is Jack Duncan. Rector Verteidiger order right back is Joshua Rawlins. Linker Verteidiger order left back is Casey Boss. Svi inner Verteidiger order two centre backs of Roderick Miranda or Lachlan Jackson. Svi central midfield Spieler order two central midfielder two central midfielders of Ryan Teague and Jordi Valadon. Rector Flugel or the right wing is Daniel Azani. Linker Flugel or the left wing is Clasiris Mario Rodriguez. Offensive midfield Spieler or the attacking midfielder is Zinedine Mashach. Stürmer or the forward is Bruno Fornaroli. And that's the two teams starting for this one. So the Australian A-League final for the champion of the Australian A-League in a Melbourne derby. Match playing at AAMI Park, stadium/stadion in Melbourne. The match playing at for Melbourne City v Melbourne Victory, a Melbourne derby for it. So the two teams, two clubs and teams are out for the match for this one. Well, with a bit at the start with around the teams out for the match kickoff, maybe in the next minute or so after amount in the round the teams and clubs out for the match for this. I bet the start of the Australian A-League final just pre-kickoff. They've just had the national anthem for Australia pre the match. The two coaches, or managers for this one, so two top coaches or the managers for this one for Melbourne City. It's Aurelio Vidmar for Melbourne Victory. It's Arthur Delias, as this one may be about to kick off in the next minute or so. As they're just having the ball out for the match. This one just starting and kicking off, and the Australian A-League final, playing at Amee Park for the Australian A-League final, the Melbourne derby. This match playing at Amee Park, and it's Melbourne Victory to kick off and start this one. A Melbourne Victory kick off and start the match. So the start of the Australian A-League final has kicked off, and it's a pass forward to the centre. It's cut out, and a pass forward for Melbourne City, but it's cut out for Melbourne Victory, and a pass forward. When Melbourne City win possession of attack on a pass forward, then it's cut out for Melbourne Victory. And Melbourne City onto it a bit, of Melbourne Victory winning possession. Then with possession centrally, Melbourne Victory pass to Links Oda on the left, and then a pass on. And then Daniel Arzani driving forward, Links Oda on the left, and then around the box, passing blocked, but then it's Arzani just after that for Melbourne Victory. Arzani with a back heel pass, but it's just cut out and away for Melbourne City and out of play. So throw to Melbourne Victory, Links Oda on the left. Throw play for Melbourne Victory, and then a pass on. Then with possession centrally, and then a pass on, and then a pass further forward, and then it's cut out for Melbourne City, and it's a ball away and out of play. So a throw to Melbourne Victory, Rex Oda on the right. Melbourne Victory with a throw. Then a pass on to Roderick Miranda. Roderick Miranda to Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan with a kick further forward for Melbourne Victory to Links Oda on the left. Picks a play up, and then it's cut out for Melbourne City from Atkinson onto Beach, but it's just out of play, and it's a corner to Melbourne Victory. Links Oda on the left. Melbourne Victory corner, Links Oda on the left, crossed into the box, headed on a bit, and then a turn the shot blocked. And then Links Oda on the left for Melbourne Victory, pass on. Daniel Arzani into the box, and Arzani with a pass on a bit, and then it's cut out and away for Melbourne City, and then Melbourne Victory with possession. Jack Duncan with a right-footed kick further forward to Links Oda on the left, picking out Casey Boss, then with a pass on, and then into the box, Melbourne Victory, and then left-footed ball inside the box blocked, then it's just outside the box, and a pass on in and around the box, Links Oda on the left. And then 2 passes or so, and then it's just out to play and a goal kick to Melbourne City. Goal kick. Goal kick played further forward for Melbourne City on a bit, and it's to Rex Oda on the right, but it's cut out. Links Oda on left for Melbourne Victory. Pass forward, and it's cut out and away. But then it's forward for Melbourne Victory after that, but just out of play. So a throw to Melbourne City. Rex Oda on the right. Amount of possession for the two teams after just over 4 minutes played. Without the chances or shots on goal from with the ball with possession, but amount of possession for the two teams after just over 4 minutes played. As in the ball is just out of play after a throw played, and it's a throw to Melbourne City. Rex Oda on the right. Throw for Melbourne City. The throw is played and a pass on. Then another pass also, then a pass to the centre. And then it's a pass to Links Oda on left for Behich to Kai Terwin. Centrally with a pass. And Melbourne City with possession, then another pass on to Kai Terwin. Then a pass to Links Oda on the left, and it's a pass forward, and it's just cut out for Melbourne Victory from Joshua Rawlins. From the pass forward on to Zinedine Mashach a pass, and then another pass to Mashach. Rex Oda on the right. Zinedine Mashach with a pass forward to Daniel Arzani forward a bit, but then just out of play and a throw to Melbourne City. Links Oda on the left. So Melbourne City with a throw, Links Oda on the left. Melbourne City with a throw and then headed on. I mean, it's cut out for Melbourne Victory. Ball on a bit, but then Melbourne City cutting it out, and then it's a pass further forward after that. But then it's just out to play, so a throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex Oda on the right. Throw played for Melbourne Victory. And then Roderick Miranda with a pass across further forward to Links Oda on the left, picking out Casey Boss. Boss's pass forward is cut out. And then Melbourne City with possession centrally, and then it's a pass on. And then it's a pass on, and Melbourne City with possession centrally, and a pass to Links Oda on the left for Telio And then Melbourne Victory win possession, and it's a pass on to Zinedine Mashach. Mashach with a pass on. And then in and around the box, it's cut out and away, but then Melbourne Victory possession, links on the left. Then inside from it, and a shot a bit outside the box, but blocked, and then away for Melbourne City, and out of play. So a throw to Melbourne Victory, links on the left. So throw to Melbourne Victory, links on the left, and the throw is played for Melbourne Victory. And the throw played, and then a pass on to Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan with a kick further forward. It's a free kick to Melbourne City. Maybe offside, maybe a foul. It's a free kick to Melbourne City anyway. And then a pass on. Melbourne City with a free kick, and then a pass on. I'm going to pass to Rex on the right. I'm going to pass to the centre. And then pass on to Kai Terwin. Kai Terwin to Ferreira. I'm going to pass over to Links on the left, but then just out of play, so a throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex on the right. Joshua Rawlins with the throw, rather. I'm going to pass from Roderick Miranda on to Lachlan Jackson. I'm going to pass forward for Melbourne Victory to centre, but then it's cut out on Melbourne City, then possession centrally. I'm going to pass the links on the left, and then a pass on to Bahich. Bahich with a pass on, and then another pass to Bahich. Bahich with a pass on to Telio. Telio with a pass, and then another pass to Telio. Telio to Bahich. Bahich to Kai Cherwin. Kai Cherwin. And then another pass to Kai Cherwin. Kai Cherwin with a pass. Melbourne City with possession centrally, another pass to Kai Cherwin. Kai Cherwin then with a pass forward to links on the left, and picks out a player, and then a pass into the box, and then a shot inside the box, hits the bar, and then another shot, and it's scored into the centre of the goal, and it's Melbourne City with the first goal of the Australian A-League final, and from the first chance of shot and goal match from with the ball with possession, Melbourne City score it, and a goal for Melbourne City from Jonathan Cohen, and it's Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 0, and Melbourne City with a goal from the first chance or shot on goal match from with the ball with possession. Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 0. Well, Jonathan Cohen inside the box with a shot scored into the centre of the goal, and it's Melbourne City with the first goal of the Australian A-League final. Jonathan Cohen with the goal. And then just a bit after that, I found Roderick Miranda and a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. Just a bit after the Melbourne City goal scored. So free kick to Melbourne City centrally. Jack Duncan, Melbourne victory. Free kick, Jack Duncan with it. And Jack Duncan with a free kick, right-footed. To Linksoder on the left, headed on for Daniel Arzani. Just about in play, and then cut out the... And then it's cut out with a block tackle, but then off the Melbourne victory player last, so a throw to Melbourne City, Rexoder on the right. So throw for Melbourne City is played, and then it's cut out of the header for Melbourne victory and forward Linksoder on the left, and it's cut out for Melbourne City and away. So a throw to Melbourne victory, Linksoder on the left, and the throw played on from Zinzi Mashach, and it's cut out and away after that, and then it's another throw to Melbourne victory. Throw played for Melbourne victory. And then a pass on essentially to Roderick Miranda. Miranda a pass to Rexoder on the right for Joshua Rawlins. Joshua Rawlins then a right-footed pass forward, cut out and headed away for Melbourne City, and Melbourne victory possession pass forward, cut out. So Melbourne City possession, then it's a left-footed pass further forward, cut out and headed away for Melbourne victory, and then cut out for Melbourne City, headed on, picks a player out, and then a pass on. And on to TDO over pass, and then a pass on to Rexoder on the right just after that, and then a pass on for Melbourne City. And then a pass on, then Cohen. And then Ugarkovic, and a pass cut out. And then Melbourne victory cut it out. And then it's a ball on forward, and then a turn, and then a foul, and a free kick to Melbourne victory. Foul from Ugarkovic. Rexoder on the right for Melbourne victory. Pass over forward, cut out a bit, but then it's headed on for Melbourne victory, and a pass on, and then a pass over forward, but then just out of play, so throw to Melbourne City, Linksoder on the left. So throw to Melbourne City. And Bahich with the throw, Linksoder on the left. Bahich with the throw, and then it's a pass on to Beach, and then possession centrally for Melbourne City just after that, and then a pass on to Beach. Beach with a pass forward to Kai Cherwin, then pass to Linksoder on the left to TDO. TDO's pass forward cuts out, but then Melbourne City onto it, and then it's a header on, then a pass forward, and then it's a pass into the box, and then Jack Duncan onto it for Melbourne victory. Melbourne victory with possession, pass on to Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan then with a pass forward, and it's picked a player out, but then Melbourne City win possession, but then it's cut out a bit for Melbourne victory. Then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne victory. Foul from Matthew Leckie. Or maybe Ugarkovic. Anyway, Melbourne victory with a pass forward from free kick and a bit of passing on further forward, but then Melbourne City win possession, then it's a pass on, but it's a foul just pre that, so a free kick to Melbourne City centrally. Foul from Daniel Arzani. Ball just out of play and then a throw. Not too. The two keepers starting for this one, Melbourne City, Patrick Beach and Jack Duncan for Melbourne Victory. That's the team starting for the match. It's a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally, and then it's a pass on with a pass into the box. And then it's on to Rexford on the right side box. And a pass on with a right-footed shot blocked. Zinedine Mashacha with a shot, and then the shot blocked, and then out of play. So a corner to Melbourne Victory. Rex Oda on the right. Pass from Classy Rismero Rodriguez and a shot from Zinedine Mashach, but the shot blocked. Corner played in, but then away. But then Melbourne Victory possession with Ryan Teague. Ryan Teague onto Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan with a kick further forward and cut out and headed for Melbourne City. Then Melbourne Victory onto it with Ryan Teague. Then a pass on Jack Duncan, but maybe an offside. Just pre that anyway. Free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. Roderick Miranda with the free kick played forward. And then on a bit to Rex Oda on the right to Classy Ramiro Rodriguez. Then on to Zinedine Mashach. Cut out a bit, but then Melbourne Victory possession after that. Pass and ball on forward, but then cut out. And then pass forward for Melbourne Victory from Joshua Rawlins. And then it's cut out and away a bit after that. So throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex Oda on the right. Throw played. And then it's Roderick Miranda, and then a pass forward centrally, but then it's with Patrick Beach just after that for Melbourne City. Then Beach plays it forward to Raxoda on the right, and then a pass on, and then a pass on to Patrick Beach, and Beach then with a pass forward. And then another pass also, and then a pass to Raxoda on the right for Melbourne City. Then with a pass on, then with possession centrally, and then a pass to Linksoda on left for Beach, and then a pass on. Then possession centrally, Melbourne City, and then a pass on also. And then a pass to Linksoda on the left for TDO. TDO, then a pass on to the centre. And then Melbourne City with possession centrally. And then it is a pass on to Kai Turin, then a pass to Rexoda on the right. And then a pass on, another pass also. And then Atkinson. It's on to Beach. Beach pass links Oda on the left. And then a ball into the box, but then it's just at the side netting and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. throw to Melbourne City. Rex on the right, throw played and a pass on. For the pass to the centre. And then a pass on. And then a pass to Rex on the right. And a pass forward in around the box, and it's cut out and away for Melbourne Victory, and then it's a corner to Melbourne City. Rex on the right. Melbourne City corner. Rex on the right. Corner for Melbourne City, crossed into the box and away from Jack Duncan. And then a pass off Melbourne City. And then Behicha across into the box, Melbourne City, and a header, and Jack Duncan with the save. And a chance or shot on goal from with the ball with possession from Melbourne City. The other one in the half after the goal. As Melbourne Victory possession forward a bit, but then Melbourne City win possession. And then with possession centrally. Beach with the pass forward for Melbourne City. And then with possession centrally, then a pass on. Then another pass on to Beach. Beach then with a kick forward, cut out, and Melbourne Victory with possession. And then Daniel Arzani in around the box with a pass on. And Zinedine Mashach with a turn and shot. And Patrick Beach with the save. The first chance or shot on goal of the match for Melbourne Victory. Zinedine Mashach with a turn and shot inside the box centrally, but Patrick Beach, the Melbourne City keeper, with the save, and then onto the ball. Header forward for Melbourne City, and then cut out and away for Melbourne Victory. And it's cut out for Melbourne City with possession. Rex on the right, and then inside from the right, and then a pass to Links on left for Telio. Telio onto it. Telio for Melbourne City. Telio. And then with a pass on to Curran. And then it's cut out for Melbourne Victory centrally. And then a pass to Links on the left. Picking a player out. And then inside from left, and then pass on centrally to Zinedine Mashach. And then on to Joshua Rawlins. Rawlins to Roderick Miranda. Miranda onto Lachlan Jackson. Lachlan Jackson to Casey Boss. Links on the left. Casey Boss. Pass forward to the centre. Then turn and pass on. And then no pass on to Zinedine Mashach. Bit of a turn. Mashach with a right-footed shot. Blocks. And then Rex on the right. It's Daniel Arzani for Melbourne Victory. Arzani. Inside from the right. Arzani. Passing ball into the box, but then just after playing a goal kick to Melbourne City. Well, Melbourne City's chance of shot on goal is second of the match after the Jonathan Cohen goal. A cross from Behich, Links on left in and around the box. Picked out Matthew Leckie inside the box. Matthew Leckie with a header, but the Melbourne Victory keeper, Jack Duncan, with the save. And then a bit after that, Melbourne Victory, Zinedine Mashach return shot inside centre of the box, but Patrick Beach, the Melbourne City keeper, was saving it onto the ball. As Melbourne City win possession centrally and maybe potentially on the break. And then a pass to the inside on left for Telio. Telio inside from left. Telio with a pass forward, but then just after playing a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Plays forward for Melbourne Victory to Daniel Arzani. Arzani with a pass to the centre, then a pass forward cut out. Melbourne City possession centrally, 2 passes zone, a pass to the link side on left for Telio. Telio, Bennett's a foul, a free kick to Melbourne City. Foul from Daniel Arzani. So Melbourne City free kick. So free kick to Melbourne City, playing to the box, cut out and away from Melbourne Victory. And then a pass on, and then maybe potentially on the break. Geordie Valadon with a pass on to the link side on left. And Casey Boss onto Lachlan Jackson, then a pass forward, then on to Roderick Miranda. Then on to Lachlan Jackson. Lachlan Jackson with a pass to the link side on the left. And then a pass on, then with possession centrally, Melbourne Victory. And then a pass on to Roderick Miranda. Miranda then with a right-footed pass across to the left, picks out a player. Picked out Rodriguez, and then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory. Links Oda on the left. So Melbourne Victory free kick. So Melbourne Victory free kick. Played into the box on a bit, and then out to play, and a goal kick to Melbourne City. So goal kick to Melbourne City. Patrick Beach with a pass forward. Melbourne Victory with a pass forward across the left, picking up out players. Casey Boss forward a bit, and then a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory. Link Soda on the left. So Melbourne Victory free kick played into the box on a bit, cuts out and headed away, and then inside the box it's a right-footed shot blocked and away. So a throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex Soda on the right. Melbourne Victory with possession. Pass on to the centre, then to Rex Otter on the right for Joshua Rawlins. Rawlins a pass forward. And then a pass on to Rodriguez. And then another pass on also. And then on to Roderick Miranda. Melbourne Victory possession century. Then a pass forward. And then a pass on to Rex Otter on the right for Joshua Rawlins. And a pass forward to the centre. And then a pass on, then a pass forward, and it's cut out. But it's a foul just pre that, so a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. And then a yellow card after that foul. After a foul on Daniel Arzani. Yellow card for the goal scorer, Jonathan Cohen. Free kick to Melbourne Victory. So free kick century to Melbourne Victory. And the free kick is played into the box and cut out and headed away. And then Melbourne City possession, Rex Otter on the right, and then it's a pass and ball further forward. It's cut out from Melbourne Victory century, and a pass to Lynx Otter on the left. And then a pass on. And then with possession. And then they pass on. Forward a bit, then Melbourne City win possession. Rex Otter on the right, pass forward. And then it's just out of play, so throw to Melbourne Victory. Lynx Otter on the left. Throw played. I'm going to pass on to Daniel Arzani. Arzani. And then Melbourne City win possession. Rex Otter on the right, and then it's a pass forward. And then it's a foul after that, and a free kick to Melbourne City. Foul from Daniel Arzani. Bit of passing from the free kick, and then pass forward from Melbourne City. Then a pass also with possession centrally. Then on to Patrick Beach. Then with a pass forward. And then a pass on to Patrick Beach. Pass on. The pass Lynx Otter on the left. Pass further forward and cut out and headed away from Melbourne City, and then it's throw to Melbourne Victory. Lynx Otter on the left. Beach with a throw for Melbourne Victory. Lynx Otter on left. On to Kai Chirwin to Patrick Beach. Patrick Beach with a pass forward. Then a pass to Rex Otter on the right, and a pass forward. Then on to Atkinson. Possession century for Melbourne City, and a pass on to Beach. And a pass on to Kai Chirwin with a pass on. And possession century for Melbourne City, and pass to Rex Otter on the right. Then a pass forward, then possession century for Melbourne City. Another pass also. And then on to Kai Chirwin with a pass forward. And then Matthew Lucky with a pass to Rex Otter on the right to Atkinson then with a pass on. And then another pass on for Atkinson, but then just out to play, and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory with a goal kick. Played further forward, cut out and headed away from Melbourne City, and then another header on. And then it's a pass on. And the pass into the box, links order on left, and the pass to just outside the box. And it's a bit more outside the box, and it's a pass to the centre. And the pass to the links order on left for Bahich. And the ball into the box, and then on a bit from Max Caputo, but then just out of play and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory with possession, century in a pass to the link side on left, another pass also, and a pass to centre. And it's Zinedine Mashat for a pass into the box, link side on the left. And then it's a cross in to the centre, and it's cut out and headed away from Melbourne City. And Melbourne Victory onto its century header into the box, but then on the bit when it's cut out. But then Melbourne Victory win possession, Rexoder on the right. And then it's on to Ryan Teague. To Roderick Miranda, pass on, but then cut out from TDO for Melbourne City with a pass to the centre. But then Melbourne Victory win possession century. And Daniel Arzani with a pass to Casey Boss to Zinedine Mashach. Right footed shot from distance, essentially, but an all right enough save on it from Patrick Beach. And onto that ball, all right enough. And Beach plays it forward for Melbourne City. That the second chance or shot and goal from with ball possession for Melbourne Victory in the match. 2 for Melbourne City in this match as well, and scored one of them and scored from the first one of the match with a goal from Jonathan Cohen as Melbourne Victory with possession centrally, and then a pass on, but it's cut out for Melbourne City, and then it's a pass further forward to the link side on left for TDO inside from left centrally, but and it's cut out from Roderick Miranda, then it's on to Jack Duncan for Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory with possession centrally, even a pass on to Ryan Teague. Ryan Teague with a pass forward to Daniel Arzani. Still Arzani, and then a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. Header forward for Melbourne Victory to the inside on left, another pass also. Then a pass to the centre, and then a pass forward for Melbourne Victory. Been on a bit, but then just out of play, so throw to Melbourne City, links order on the left. Throw to Melbourne City. And then a pass to Rex on the right, but it's cut out for Melbourne Victory, and a pass to the centre. And then it's a pass further forward to the centre, and it's cut out for Melbourne City. And then with possession, Rex on the right. And it's Nathaniel Atkinson, cut out of a tackle for Melbourne Victory. Then possession century, and a pass to Link Soda on the left. Danny Larzani inside from left to Larzani. Larzani with a pass on. Another pass also. Another pass on to Zindi Mashach. Mashach and still a pass on, but then just after playing a throw to Melbourne City, Rex Soda on the right. Pass further forward for Melbourne Victory. Rex Soda on the right. But then it's cut out for Melbourne City. Then a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City centrally. Melbourne Victory, Melbourne City played free kick forward on a bit and cut up Melbourne Victory pass further forward, but then Patrick Beach onto it for Melbourne City, and then a throw forward to Link Soda on left, and then Behicha a pass forward. And then it's a pass further forward, and it's cut out and headed away from Melbourne Victories. So a throw to Melbourne City. 45 minutes played, so 2 added minutes at the end of this half, and just playing the 2 added minutes. Behicha with the Melbourne City throw. Behicha with the throw, and the throw is played. And then Melbourne Victory win possession. And then it's free kick to Melbourne Victory after that. Maybe a foul, maybe offside. Anyway, it is a free kick to Melbourne Victory. And then Roderick Miranda with a pass from it. And then a pass on to Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan then with a kick forward. It's cut out for Melbourne City. And then it's a pass and ball further forward. And then Melbourne Victory with a head on it. And a pass on and cut out for Melbourne City. Then a pass forward. And on to Cohen. Back heel pass on, but then cut out for Melbourne Victory and pass to Rex Soda on the right. And this is Mashacha a pass forward. And then a pass on. And then a foul just after that and a free kick to Melbourne Victory. The last minute for this half. Foul on Daniel Larzani. Free kick to Melbourne Victory. And the free kick from Daniel Larzani is played in around the box essentially and cut out for Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory onto it. Link Soda on the left outside the box. And it's Roderick Miranda. And a pass. And it's just out to play, and it's half time. Half time in the Australian A-League final, and it's Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 0. 2 chances and shots on goal for Melbourne City, and Melbourne Victory from with the ball, with possession. Melbourne City from the first of those scored it with Jonathan Cohen inside the box, scoring with a shot into the centre of the goal. And then Behic with a cross from links, other on left, just outside box, picked out Matthew Leckie inside box. Matthew Leckie with a header, but Jack Duncan, the Melbourne Victory keeper, with the save. And the 2 chances or shots on goal for Melbourne Victory from with the ball with possession. Zinedine Machacha returned the shot inside the centre of the box, but Patrick Beach, the Melbourne City keeper, with the save and onto the ball right enough. And then a shot from distance, essentially outside the box for Melbourne Victory from Zinedine Machach, but the Melbourne City keeper Patrick Beach with all right enough save on the shot. Half time in the Australian A-League final, Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 0. Match is playing in the French Open Grand Slam tennis tournament, second Grand Slam tennis tournament in the season, playing at the French Open. One of his channel's favourite players, Marketa Vondrousova, playing Jessica Pegula, and Marketa Vondrousova with a break of serve in the first set. And maybe a result, and it is a result. Daria Kasatkina has won in 2 sets for Paula Badoza, 6-1, 7-5. So the second half of the Australian A-League final is started. Melbourne City kick off second half. Pass ball fair four cut out. So throw to Melbourne City. Rexoda on the right. Throw played. There's cut out and on for Melbourne Victory. Melbourne City then with possession. Rexoda on the right just a bit after that. Then two passes or so and a ball into the box and headed away for Melbourne Victory. Then a header on. It's headed forward for Melbourne City off that and cut out and headed away for Melbourne Victory. It's cut out for Melbourne City in a way. So throw to Melbourne Victory. Links Oda on the left. And then a throw played. I'm going to pass Links Oda on the left and a pass forward is cut out for Melbourne City and then a pass on. I'm going to 1-2 and then a left-footed shot and Jack Duncan with the save. Well, left-footed shot outside the box for Melbourne City from... Well, the left-footed shot outside the box for Melbourne City from Jonathan Cohen, the goal scorer, but Jack Duncan, the Melbourne Victory keeper, with the save. Corner to Melbourne City. Links over on left. Crossed into the box. Cut out and away. And then just out of play. So throw to Melbourne City. Links over on the left. Melbourne City throw. Throw played. Then a pass blocked. And then Melbourne Victory win it a bit. But then Melbourne City with possession and pass into the box. When a pass blocked, then Melbourne Victory possession centrally. Then a pass on and a pass forward. And Melbourne Victory potentially on the break. Zinedine Machacho pass to Rex on the right. It's cut out from Melbourne City and two passes also. Then another pass on. And then a pass to Links on the left. And then a pass on also. And then two passes also. Then another pass on. And then pass on to Patrick Beach and play to the right. And then a pass on. And then another pass to Patrick Beach. Patrick Beach then with a pass forward. I'm going to pass to Links on the left. And then with possession, Melbourne Victory. Melbourne City rather. I'm going to pass forward and another pass forward for Melbourne City. But then it is Melbourne Victory with possession centrally. I'm going to pass forward to Daniel Arzani. Arzani with a pass on and two passes also. When it's Rex on the right and a pass forward for Mashach. And it's a pass on for Melbourne Victory. And then Melbourne City winning possession. But that's just stopping for Matthew Leckie. Melbourne City. Melbourne City. Melbourne City. Melbourne City with possession. Rexford on the right, and then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City. Free kick played and the pass on. Then with possession centrally, Melbourne City. And then it's a pass forward. And then a pass on. And then pass to Rexford on the right. Then a pass on into the box for Melbourne City. Ball in and then cut out away from Lachlan Jackson. So a throw to Melbourne City. Rexford on the right. A throw to Melbourne City. Atkinson with the throw. And a pass on to Atkinson, cut out from Daniel Arzani from Melbourne Victory. Link side on left. Arzani. Pass forward to Fornaroli for Melbourne Victory with a pass on to Daniel Arzani. Daniel Arzani pass on with another pass to Arzani. Arzani with a pass to the centre. And then a pass forward. And then just out of play and a throw to Melbourne City. Melbourne City with a throw. Atkinson with a throw. Cut on, headed away from Melbourne Victory. And headed on. And then another header on, but then it's cut out from Melbourne City pass. But then Melbourne Victory then win possession centrally. And then it's a pass forward into the box. But then it's with the Melbourne City keeper, Patrick Beach. Patrick Beach with a pass forward for Melbourne City. Then a pass on to Patrick Beach, and Beach with a pass forward. Then it's a pass further forward. And it's got out for Melbourne Victory centrally with Casey Boss, and still pass to the inside on the left for Daniel Arzani. Arzani into the box. Arzani past Casey Boss, just outside the box, link side on left. Casey Boss, and it's got out for Melbourne City. Then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City. Rex order on the right. Free kick played forward for Melbourne City. Then it's cut out for Melbourne Victory and headed forward, and a pass on to Ryan Teague, and then a pass further forward after that to the centre, then cut out and headed away for Melbourne City, and then another header on, and cut out and headed for Melbourne Victory, then Melbourne City onto it with possession, then a pass on, cut out for Melbourne Victory, 2-3 passes or so, and then with possession centrally, Zinedine Machacha pass to Rex on the right to Rodriguez inside from right from Melbourne Victory going forward a bit, and Melbourne City win possession. And then it's a pass on to Linksoder on the left. And then it's a pass on. Then another pass also. And a pass further forward, but it's with Jack Duncan for Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory with possession centrally. And a pass to Rexoder on the right. And then a pass to the centre. Melbourne Victory possession centrally. And a pass forward to Ryan Teague on a bit, and cut off Melbourne City and a pass forward. And a pass to Leaksoder on the left for Melbourne City, and another pass on also. And then Carter we will pass on. Going to pass on to Atkinson. Atkinson for Melbourne City. Atkinson will pass on. And then Melbourne Victory in possession. When possession links on left after a pass forward. Then on a bit, but then Melbourne City win possession. Then with possession centrally. And then a pass on. And then a pass forward. And then a pass on, sorry, for Melbourne City. And a pass on, a pass across to Raxoder on the right, picking a player out. And a pass on, and then inside the box, it's a ball in, blocked and away. So a corner to Melbourne City. Raxoder on the right. So Melbourne City corner. Raxoder on the right. And the corner crossed into the box. And then it's cut out and away. And it's another corner to Melbourne City. This one from Links Oda on the left. Another Melbourne City corner. Marco Tilio with this one. Cross into the box in the corner, cut out away from Jack Duncan. Melbourne Victory, maybe potentially on the break, and then a pass forward, and it's cut out and away. So a throw to Melbourne Victory, Links holder on the left. So some in-game change for Melbourne Victory. Rodriguez off and Alexander Delato on for Melbourne Victory. Is a sub or in-game change? Pass on to Jack Duncan, then Jack Duncan pass forward for Melbourne Victory, then a pass on. And then a pass further forward, then it's cut out and away, so throw to Melbourne Victory, Rex Soda on the right. Throw play for Melbourne Victory, then a pass on, then a pass on to the centre. And a pass on, then Daniel Arzani with a pass and a pass forward for Melbourne Victory, and a pass to Link Soda on left. Casey Boss forward. To Zinedine Mashach. Still on to Daniel Arzani. A pass on and a pass on to Zinedine Mashach. Still. And then cut out of a tackle. And then a ball off to Zinedine Mashach. And then it's off Melbourne City player last, so according to Melbourne Victory. Maybe. Yes, it is a corner to Melbourne Victory. links Oda on the left. So Melbourne victory corner. Daniel Arzani with it. So Daniel Arzani with the Melbourne victory corner. Arzani's corner, crossed into the box, cut out and headed away for Melbourne City. The Melbourne victory possession centrally, and then Ryan Teague with a header on, and then a pass on to Ryan Teague. Ryan Teague, then with a left-footed pass further forward, cut out for Melbourne City, then a pass forward and out of play. So a throw to Melbourne victory, links Oda on the left. Melbourne victory with the throw, and then a throw played, and a pass on. And then a pass on to Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan with a pass forward. And a pass on to Casey Boss. Links Oda on left. Casey Boss onto Daniel Arzani for Casey Boss, and Casey Boss onto it. Casey Boss forward from left back. Pass on to Zinedine Mashat. Zinedine Mashat still. And then a foul and a free kick to Melbourne victory. Links Oda on the left outside the box. Yellow cards for the foul for Raya, the Melbourne City centre back. Free kick to Melbourne victory. Daniel Arzani with a free kick outside the box. Links Oda on the left for Melbourne victory. So it's Arzani, ball into the box, and he's on the bit. And then another header on, but then Patrick Beach onto it all right enough for Melbourne City. Badalato, the sub heading it on for Melbourne victory inside the box. Played forward for Melbourne City, and a pass to Links Oda on the left. And then Beach with a pass further forward. In and around the box, it's cut out a bit, but inside box for Melbourne City. It's a turn, a right-footed shot just wide. Well, for Melbourne City, the forward Max Caputo returned a shot inside the box, and the shot just wide. So subbing in game change for Melbourne City. Max Caputo off. And on for Melbourne City is Medin Mehmeti. On for Melbourne City, on for Max Caputo, Medin Mehmeti. So that's a sub-in game change for Melbourne City. Kick further forward. Then it's cut out and headed for Melbourne City. Then with possession, Links Oda on the left. Then a pass on, then another pass also. I'm going to pass on to Patrick Beach. Patrick Beach with a pass forward. I'm going to pass forward, block from Daniel Arzani. Links order on there for Melbourne Victory. Just about in play. Arzani of a turn. Just about in play, and it's cut out and out of play. So a corner to Melbourne Victory. Links order on the left. So corner to Melbourne City. To Melbourne Victory rather. Melbourne Victory rather, a corner. Links order on the left. Daniel Arzani with the Melbourne Victory corner. Melbourne Victory the corner. Links order on left. Playing box cut out of the way, but then pass on to Daniel Arzani. Still Arzani. Then it's cut out and then off Arzani, and a goal kick to Melbourne City. And then a pass on to Jack Duncan for Melbourne Victory and a kick further forward. Then a foul from Nathaniel Atkinson, so a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. So Melbourne Victory a free kick centrally. Play further forward to Links order on left, and then just about in play with Daniel Arzani. Then return, and it's cut out away from Melbourne City, then a header on, but then just as a foul pre that from Lachlan Jackson, so free kick to Melbourne City. Free kick further forward, but then just out of play, so a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Pass on. And Melbourne City with possession, Rex Otter on the right. It's cut out for Melbourne Victory, Links Otter on left, and then pass forward and blocked. Then Melbourne City with possession, then a pass on to Ferreira. Ferreira with a pass to Behich. Behich from Melbourne City with a pass on to Links Otter on left, and then a pass also. Then Kai Truin, Links Otter on left, inside from that, and a pass on. And then Melbourne City possession century, Agarkovic, when it's cut out for Melbourne Victory. And then it's a foul, a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. Free kick, pass to Zindi Mashach forward of it, it's cut out and ball from Melbourne City, a pass, but Melbourne Victory possession century just after that, then it's a pass further forward. And it's cut out from Melbourne City, then with possession centrally, headed on, then a pass to Rex on the right. And then it's Jonathan Cohen. Cohen still. Back heel pass on to Ugarkovic. Ugarkovic. We'll pass on. Another pass to Ugarkovic. Ugarkovic. Then we'll pass on. I'm going to pass to Patrick Beach. Patrick Beach. Then with a kick further forward. Then it's cut out and Melbourne Victory possession with Danny Larzani, but then Melbourne City win possession with a tackle centrally. And then it's a pass to Linksoder on the left. And then it's Marco Cilio, and then it's a foul, a free kick to Melbourne Victory, to Melbourne City rather, and a yellow card for the Melbourne Victory player for the foul, as it's a free kick to Melbourne City. After a foul on Marco Cilio from Joshua Rawlins, and it's a yellow card for the Melbourne Victory player Joshua Rawlins, and a free kick to Melbourne City. So Melbourne City free kick. So Melbourne City free kick. Playing to the box, that footer is headed on, but then a bit wide, and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Two subs in game changes for Melbourne Victory. Bruno Fornaroli off and Nicolas Vergos on for Melbourne Victory. Goal kick forward for Melbourne Victory. Cut out, headed away from Melbourne City centrally, then the header on, but then Melbourne Victory possession, header on, then a pass on, then cut out for Melbourne City, a pass Linksoder on left, and then a pass on, then a pass further forward for Melbourne City. And then with possession, and then on a bit, but then out to play and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. So kick further forward for Melbourne Victory from Jack Duncan, but just out of play, so throw to Melbourne City, Rex Soder on the right. Melbourne City with a throw. Throw played and then cut out and headed away for Melbourne Victory. Then a pass forward to Melbourne City onto it centrally, and then a pass forward to Linksoder on the left. Onto Marco Cilio, crossing just outside the box, into the box, and a header, and wide inside the box. A header from Jonathan Cohen and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Goal kick played forward. But then cut out. Melbourne City with possession centrally. Bennett's links order on the left, and then it's cut out for Melbourne Victory in possession tackle. When a pass on, no pass on. Rex order on the right, and links order on the left. Melbourne City win possession. And Ben to the centre, Ben is cut out, and Melbourne Victory possession centrally. Then it's a pass forward to Rex order on the right. And then it's a pass on, and Daniel Arzani back heel pass on to the centre. And then Melbourne City win possession and maybe potentially on the break. And with possession centrally, forward a bit, and then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City. And it's a yellow card for that foul. And a bit of afters after that as well. Jocelyn Surya with a yellow card for Melbourne Victory. As a sub or in-game change, Joshua Surya on 4 minutes pre that for Lachlan Jackson. So Melbourne City with a sub or in-game change. Andreas Kurinov and Alessandro Lupane on for Melbourne City as a sub or in-game change. Pass across to the left for Melbourne City, but just out of play, so throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex Oda on the right. Throw played for Melbourne Victory, and then it's a pass further forward. And it's cut out for Melbourne City and a header forward, but then Melbourne Victory possession century, then a pass on. And then a pass on also, and a pass further forward. Cut out for Melbourne City. Links Oda on left, and then a volley pass forward to the centre. Added on, then another pass on. And then just outside the box, it's a right-footed shot, but Jack Duncan onto that all right enough for Melbourne Victory, then plays forward. And then with possession, and still Casey Boss inside from left. Boss then with a pass to the centre. And then it's a pass further forward for Melbourne Victory. Links over on left, it's Daniel Arzani. Arzani for Melbourne Victory. Arzani inside from left. Arzani's crossing into the box. Cut out away from Melbourne City a bit. And then a bit further away, centrally. And then Melbourne Victory with possession of ball into the box, but then Patrick Beach onto it all right enough for Melbourne City. Then it's a foul centrally a bit after that, and it's a free kick to Melbourne City. Melbourne City a free kick, and a free kick play forward to Links Order on left, and Melbourne Victory goes up, and Melbourne City win possession, Links Order on the left. And then it's a ball into the box, and it's cut out and headed away from Melbourne Victory, and Melbourne City onto it centrally. And then it's a pass on, and then it's cut out for Melbourne Victory with Daniel Arzani. Melbourne City win possession, and then with possession centrally, then it's a pass to Links Order on left or to that, cut out for Melbourne City. And then a pass on, but no pass also for Melbourne Victory. I'm going to pass on to Jack Duncan. Jack Duncan's kick forward to Rex Oda on the right for Melbourne Victory. Then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City. Link Oda on the left. Foul from Zinedine Mashach. Free kick play for from Melbourne City, cut out and headed away. And then it's cut out for Melbourne City, but then it's just out of play, so a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Jack Duncan with the Melbourne Victory goal kick centrally. And it's got up Melbourne City pass forward, the Melbourne Victory possession centrally, Melbourne City onto it. And then a pass on, but then just out of play, so throw to Melbourne Victory. Links Oda on the left. Throw play for Melbourne Victory, then a pass on centrally, then a pass further forward. And it's cut out and headed away from Melbourne City and out of play, so a throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex Oda on the right. Throw played. Then a pass on, then another pass also. And then a pass on. Then another pass on to Daniel Arzani. Arzani with a pass on. Then another pass on to Arzani. Pass forward for Melbourne Victory. Two passes over and cut out. And pass forward for Melbourne City. And Melbourne Victory possession just after that. And then pass to the inside on the left. To Casey Boss. Casey Boss with a pass on. Then a pass on to Roderick Miranda, pass further forward across to Raxoda on the right, cut out on the way, but then Melbourne Victory onto it. Then Melbourne City win possession, essentially, and then pass on. And it's cut out for Melbourne Victory. Then Raxoda on the right, points to the box, cut out away, but then Daniel Arzani onto it, Melbourne Victory inside the box, left footed shot blocked. And then header from Atkinson. Then Melbourne Victory inside the box onto the ball, and onto Daniel Arzani. Daniel Arzani links on left, just outside the box, and a pass on. And two passes also onto Casey Boss. Boss with a pass on to Zinedine Mashach. Zinedine Mashach. A pass to the centre and cut out from Melbourne City and away. And then Melbourne Victory with possession just after that. And then a pass on. And then two passes or so onto Casey Boss. Casey Boss then with a pass on. And then two passes or so. And then another pass on. Melbourne Victory possession. Rex Oda on the right. And then it's a pass on. And then another pass on or so. And then a pass cut out. And Melbourne City with possession. Rex Oda. Links Oda on the left rather than a ball away. Then Melbourne Victory with possession centrally. And then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory. Foul from Ugarkovic. So Melbourne Victory free kick. 5 minutes to play plus any added minutes of the 90 plus. Daniel Arzani with the Melbourne Victory free kick. Arzani with a free kick into the box. Then on a bit. But then Melbourne City rather, Rex Oda on the right with a pass forward. That's picked up a player just about in play. But it's a foul from Brian Teague and a free kick to Melbourne City centrally. Then a yellow card for Ryan Teague for that foul. Foul on Ugarkovic. Free kick to Melbourne City. And the free kick from Melbourne City is played forward into the box. Then just after play, and a goal kick to Melbourne Victory. Jack Duncan. With the Melbourne Victory goal kick on a bit from Casey Boss, but then just after play. So throw to Melbourne City. Rex Otter on the right. So 2 subs in game changes for Melbourne Victory. So Zindine Mashatchov and Reino Piscopo on for Melbourne Victory as a sub in game change, and Daniel Alzani off, and Jing Rek on as well for Melbourne Victory as a sub or in game change. And then a header forward for Melbourne Victory, then a ball on, but then it's cut off Melbourne City, header on, and cut out for Melbourne Victory, then headed forward, another header on, but then it's cut out for Melbourne City, header on for, then a pass on forward, and it's cut out the way for Melbourne Victory, then with possession centrally. And then it is a pass played across the links order on the left for Melbourne Victory, picks the player out, then inside from left, and then pass into the box, and then cut out and away for Melbourne City, and then Melbourne Victory possession centrally after that, and then it's a pass on, and then a pass forward and a pass on, and then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. Melbourne Victory with a free kick. Ryan Teague with it. Played into the box. He's on the bit, but then it's Rex Otter on the right outside the box for Melbourne Victory. Piscopo with a pass. And then Insera to Piscopo with a pass on. And then a pass on to Ryan Teague. Pass across to Rex Otter on the right, picks a player out for Melbourne Victory. And then Melbourne City win possession of the tackle. And then it's a foul and a free kick. And a bit of afters after that. It's a free kick. It's a free kick to Melbourne Victory. Rex Otter on the right. Free kick for Melbourne Victory is played into the box. And then headed on, but a bit wide, and a goal kick to Melbourne City. 7 added minutes to be played. One of the added minutes played, so 6 added minutes remaining are the remaining of the 90 plus. Melbourne City maybe potentially 6 minutes away, maybe from winning the Australian A-League in the final in a Melbourne derby final match at Amee Park. With maybe utilising game managing it enough. As a ball forward for Melbourne City is out of play, so a throw to Melbourne Victory, links holder on the left. Throw played for Melbourne Victory, then on a bit, and Melbourne City cut it out, and Melbourne Victory win possession. It's passed forward on from Piscopo, on from Ryan Teague, and it's cut out and away from Melbourne City and out of play. So a throw to Melbourne Victory, links holder on the left. And then the throw is played, and it's played to Rollins. And then a pass across to Rex holder on the right. And it's cut out from and away. And then it's a throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex holder on the right. Melbourne City with possession. And then Melbourne Victory win possession, and it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory centrally. Free kick played for Melbourne Victory. And then Melbourne City win possession, but Melbourne Victory with possession. Maybe amount of game management a bit for Melbourne City. Pass forward for Melbourne Victory centrally. Then it's cut out and away for Melbourne City, but Melbourne Victory possession centrally. Then it's a pass on, and it's a pass across to links order on the left. And it's picked up Ryan Teague. Ryan Teague will pass on and headed forward. And then links order on left inside box ball in, cut out and away. And then it's cut out for Melbourne City. Then it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City. Rex order on the right. Rex order on the right, a bit pre that, not Piscopo, but Jing Rek. Anyway, Melbourne City free kick, maybe potentially utilising game managing enough to win the Australian A-League in the final. Maybe, potentially. Utilising game managing it enough for a result of the match. Still 3 of the added minutes for the 90 plus to play. And Rex order on the right for Melbourne City into the box. And then a ball in blocks, and then Melbourne Victory possession with a pass on forward and cut out for Melbourne City. Headed into the box. Links order on the left. And then in and around the box. And then Melbourne City with it in and around the corner bit for a bit of game management, but then out of play. Throw to Melbourne Victory. Rex order on the right. Melbourne City with a throw. And a pass on. And Melbourne Victory with possession after that. But a foul and a free kick to Melbourne Victory. Rex order on the right. Into the last 2 minutes for 90 plus. The last 2 of the added minutes are the remaining 2 minutes of the 90 plus. So Melbourne City with a sub ball in game change. Jonathan Cohen may or may not have potentially scored the winner in this one. Is off and on is Jonathan Cohen off and Callum Talbot on as the subbing in game change for Melbourne City into the last minute of the 90 plus. And it's a foul and a free kick to Melbourne City. Free kick to Melbourne City. Patrick Beach with the free kick for Melbourne City. Played forward to the link side on left, just out of play. Goal kick to Melbourne Victory. And it's full time, and Melbourne City are the Australian A-League champions. They've won the Melbourne Derby final, played at Mead Park. They've won the Melbourne Derby final for the Australian A-League final. Melbourne City won, Melbourne Victory 0. Melbourne City are Australian A-League champions. Jonathan Cohen's goal wins it for Melbourne City, and Melbourne City are Australian A-League champions.